We were looking for something last year to sort of to move up a grade from our usual sort of stats of pen and paper, and we saw that this provided us with an opportunity to maybe take that particular aspect to a different level. I suppose from a teaching point of view, we're always looking for ways to make things interesting in class and more visual in class, and that this really matched up with that. The ability for players to see individually what you're talking about, to be able to show them. You know, a lot of times when you're reviewing games or that with a player or telling them about something that they've done during a game, they need the visual with that to sort of both confirm that you're seeing the same thing. Maybe their view and what they've done and your view mightn't be the same. So we found it really, really useful in terms of that aspect of that analysis after it, and getting people to think about how they play and positions that they take up. And we found very quickly then the players became very, very hungry for the information. They wanted us to be providing them with clips, and they wanted to see their own contribution to games, and without the distraction of having to worry what anyone else did in the game, because it can tend to be about themselves as individuals and as performers as much as anything else. For us, the best thing was identifying a student who was going to use it. It started off as an idea of, look, when you're on the sideline, you're limited in the amount that you can do, and Stephen volunteering to give us a hand allowed us then to get a student trained up on that. I'd say within a fortnight he was then saying, well, do you know what does this, and have you seen that that the package can do this, and he really became an expert in it in a very, very short space of time, and really overtook ours. But it became about his own involvement in it and his own passion for it, and that in itself then is something that he's been able to teach other pupils, and will be training up other pupils in its use this year for when he leaves the school this year, that we've identified already students who will learn it and hopefully get on the same interest and take that same interest on as he did. But having anything student-led, what you get then is a determination and an interest with it as well.
We use the performance sports mainly to help coaches with decisions on team selection and help players sort of decide what they needed improving on. We really used it just to help them get better and give our team a better chance of trying to win a game. I would come in with feedback to Mr. Gallagher or Mr. Gormley, whoever the manager was at the time. I'd come in and tell them maybe we're an area where we weren't being good enough shot selection, or kickouts maybe weren't going our way, frees conceded. I would come in and tell them, and they would just give that feedback during half time, and then after the game there would be mainly the same stuff and what we needed to improve on the training ground. The players liked it. They thought it helped them a lot, and they went away and tried to fix their game. And it did pay off. It helped them become a better team, because I know what happened in our McCrory last year. We didn't get off to a good start, but then they developed and became a much better team.
I think what it does is it allows the players to understand what it is that you're looking for, to be able to freeze a still and say, look, this is the position we'd like you to take up, or that there was your opportunity to get your shot away when maybe they've taken an extra touch or something like that, and it allowed them to actually see what was around them, maybe in a moment where they looked to their feet in a game instead of having their head up. So from that point of view, it did give them something a reference point that maybe they wouldn't otherwise have, because when they're going purely on your recollection of the game, or you're making a point to them, they may not even remember the incident themselves after the game. It might have been so insignificant to them, but maybe to you epitomises something that you're trying to get the team to work towards. There are key things in the game that become the sort of triggers for other things then, where you remember an incident. And the big thing for us was looking at where the scores that we conceded originated from, where that move actually originated from, and also for us to be able to show the players and things that we were working on in training, look, there it is in the pit, there it is in the game, there's the move starting with the goalkeeper, and patterns that we'd worked on, and times of moving the ball, that they can actually see that in a game against an opposition that results in a score. And rather than just a sort of an anecdotal, oh, we did well, or we did what we asked, to be able to show specifically, look, there's that exercise we've done in training, or there's what we saw last Tuesday, and there's an example of it, and it really became invaluable for us after that.